Back with Digging with Rodco again, guys. We've never tried this park out here before, so we're gonna give this thing a try and see if it's full of trash or treasure. And I see a treasure right here already. Look at that treasure. Oh well, wait. Okay guys, I've got into a little pocket spill here. I got a quarter there, I got a dime there, and I don't know if you can see it in the hole here. Looks like maybe another quarter. I was hoping for silver today. I hope it's another quarter. Been there a while. It's a state quarter, I believe. Yep, looks like a state quarter. Alrighty. Turning into treasure a little bit here. It's starting to clear up here a little bit. We'll do a little bit more detecting here and then we'll be finished for this segment. Okay guys, looks like this park's playing out to be Poplid Island. So maybe we'll check a few more holes and see what we end up with. But you know, them poplids are hard, especially these old ones are hard to figure out. So we'll get back to you on the next one. Hopefully it's treasure. Okay guys, Digging with Rodco out on an adventure today. Doing this beautiful hike before I do a little detecting. Oh, I'm out of breath, I'm out of shape, trying to get back in. So we're on a trail here in the Smokies facing Gatlinburg, which is in that direction. I already saw a bear coming in. He was grazing about halfway down the bottom of this mountain. I don't know if you can tell. Kind of hard, but these Smokies, we had a forest fire here about, I guess it was 2 years ago. Destroyed a lot of buildings, killed a lot of people. I can just imagine, you can still see some of the damage. Try to zoom in over here and let you see some of the... This is just maybe a quarter mile off of the road. Didn't know this view existed, and it probably didn't when the trees was living. So there you go. Look at those cabins down there on that steep side. Okay, we'll get back to you. Some people's coming. Now you're wondering why did I incorporate this video into metal detecting? Well, I'm going to show you. I want you to look at the quartz outcropping that's been exposed on this mountain. Huge pieces of quartz. And you know, usually where there's quartz at the creek, which is in the bottom behind me, is usually full of gold. We're gonna walk up to this big piece up here and see if we can't get a better view. Look at these huge pieces of quartz. Is that not cool? Look at this big piece. Just to give you a perspective of how big this stuff is. I don't know if that gives you anything better or not. It's so big. That's the biggest piece I've seen. But look at these views, man. You don't get this. You don't get this just anywhere on the road here. So we're gonna get back to the trail. Pretty cool though. guys, this is Digging with Rodco. We made it to our destination today. We're going to take a little snack here, and then we're going to be making our way back, and then we'll be getting to some metal detecting, another one of the clues. Okay guys, as promised, here is my Part 1 settings that I use most of the time. Frequency is multi, sensitivity is 18 and up. The higher the grass, the more sensitivity you want to increase. Ground balance, I'll leave it on auto track. Now sometimes you need to put that on manual balance if you're having trouble with chattery noise. The volume is up to the user. 20 most of the time is what I use. Tones are set at 5. Tone 1 is 0 volume. Tone 2 is 0 volume. Tone 3 is 18, tone 4 is 25, and tone 5 is 25. That's for your high, that's your good target range. Now you're going to miss some stuff in targets in tones 2 and 1. So keep that in mind. You're going to miss some of that unless you're running horseshoe mode to check it. The threshold, I'll leave that at 0. If you do turn that on, listen for the interruption in it. If it's an interruption, it's going to be a bad coin, or not a bad coin, but a bad signal that's rejected out. If it keeps giving you a solid signal with a little interruption, with a peak interruption, then it will be a good target. Dig it. 5 target tones. The first 2 is set at 0. Accept, reject is 9, -9 to +9. That's your first 2 tone breaks. Your tone break equals +9. So anything +10 and up, it's going to accept. You're not digging as much garbage. Recovery speed. Clean ground for 6. When you get in trashy ground, I bump it up to 7. That eliminates the need for the small coil. You do not need that small coil. That's a gimmick that all these dealers and people wants to sell you. So get rid of your small coils. Iron bias, I put that on 2. That lets it separate some of the information. If you put that up on 9, it's gonna think a lot more. It's gonna try to separate everything, but it's also gonna mess you up on some of your non-ferrous items. You can look that up in a little deeper in some of your books. So this is Digging with Rodco. We're going to get out here where they had a festival here the 4th of July and see if we can find some top surface finds of the day, and we will get to you on the first find. Got a penny signal, guys. It's a 20 on the Equinox on my settings. Looks like a penny mashed up from a mini golf place. Davy Crockett. Oh, Davy Crockett. Guess that's close by somewhere. That's a cool little token. I'll take it. Well, so far, guys, I ain't got nothing but pennies. That's okay. We dig pennies too. This is always a good, right here's another penny. Most of them's been on top of the ground. There's been a couple that's been under the mulch or the thatch. So let's get this one right here. I'm sure he's down in there a little ways. Uh-oh. I see gold. I see gold. Can it be number 6, boy? I hope that's real. Can it be number 6? I believe it's number 6. See if we can see any markings on it. Just by the shine on it, it's probably probably copper. That could be a small mark right there. I'll have to use the loop on it. See a little bitty mark in it. Right in there. You can't tell on this camera, I know. Maybe it may just be a dent or a scratch too. Boy, that's pretty. Already got a fresh drop. Boy, somebody's feelings is hurt. Wow. Cool. I will take it and go to the next hole. Well guys, I had to quit metal detecting because it's just so miserable with the bugs biting and it 1100 degrees humidity. I found that ring. I got about 2 nickels, 3 or 4 dimes, and I got that little token and probably 10 pennies, and there's tons of stuff still out here. Just got to get out here in the morning. I mean, it's miserable. I had to change shirts. It was so sweaty and sticky. But as promised, I gave you my settings, and you'll have to figure out how to do your own tone breaks, but you start to tone at 10 up, accept everything. Now you're going to miss some small gold on 1, 6, and 9. They've been people that's found those, so remember that. And you can always go back in and probably accept those ones you've got rejected out on your tone breaks. So you could do that, but now you're going to be digging a lot of small foil when you do that. But I'll be back to this place because it's loaded. There's a lot of stuff just under the thatch because it's rained and it's worked them coins down already under the dead grass. And you know, Huntsville up here, they always have a great 4th of July fireworks. They've got all of these 4-wheel riding festivals with country music singers that comes in and stuff. So I'll be hitting this thing again soon as some of this humidity leaves out. And I'll see you guys on the next Digging with Rodco.